Hello friends, welcome to my videos. So as you can see in front of you, I have scored 8.5 in IELTS. So I already published a video when some of you complained about poor sound quality. So I'm republishing the video with better sound systems. So let me share the tips with you. So when you learn for IELTS or any other English exam, the biggest problem we all face is that we try to learn and we could not make it. The reason is most of us try to learn English, but what I tell you is don't learn, instead adapt this language. For example, if I use my mother tongue, my native language, which is non-English of course. So if I want to talk to somebody in my language, do I need to think twice? No, I don't. Because when we use that language, we just think in that language, we don't translate and we just speak recklessly. But when it comes to English, you first translate the language back to your language in your mind, then you retranslate your answer, and then you say, don't do this. Try to adapt the language. Try to make yourself comfortable with this language the way you are with your mother tongue. I know this is not very easy, and in starting, you will encounter a lot of problems, a lot of issues, and you will do a lot of mistakes. But it's okay, because with your mistakes, if you are able to identify your mistakes, you are able to correct them, because there are certain things in English which may not exist in your own language. For example, articles a and the. When it comes to the usage of articles, you gotta be perfect, because in your speaking test you don't know what sentence you are gonna say, and if you are not well familiar, if you are not well known of the rules, you may not be able to say it correctly, and in that way you will lose your bands. So as I said, try to make it your own language. Instead of learning it, may adapt to the language. Now I'm gonna come to the individual sections one by one. So let's go for the listening. So if I go for the listening, what exactly happens in listening? We listen to a conversation and then we answer certain questions based on that. So suppose if I ask you to listen something in your mother tongue and I ask you to answer some questions after that, would you be able to answer 100%? You may be, you may not be. So what I mean to say, when it comes to listening, the important point is what you listen, you should remember and you should be able to answer as you hear. And moreover, they don't play the recordings once again. So well, how you can practice is like you need to make master yourself the habit of listening something in English and remembering it. So for that, what technique you can use is you can start listening to English conversation and English movies. Remember what I say, listening to English movies, not watching. And what you can do, like suppose I watch a movie on my laptop, I listen to a conversation in English, I pause it, I play it again, or I pause it, I speak out, and then I play next line. So in this way, what happens? I listen to a line, I remember it, I speak, and then I move to the next one. So in this way, I'm gonna make the habit of remembering what I listen. Slowly, slowly, you can increase this duration. Like you can listen to, let's say, 2 minutes, and then try to say exactly what is being said. At least whatever you say after that should make sense. In this way, you can find out where exactly you were mistaking, or that's going to improve a lot, because not only your listening skill, this is going to affect your speaking skill also. Because suppose if you watch a movie of, let's say, 2 hours, and then you say everything whatever you listen, so in this way you are gonna do well, your speaking also gets practiced. That's how it works. And another thing you need to do is that don't listen or don't work on the same exercises again and again. Because suppose if I'm working on a practice exercise and I do it now, next time when I do, I know something out of it. So my answers will not be independent of my previous exercise. So always make sure you don't do this. Always try to get more exercises. Always try for fresh materials, fresh conversations, fresh movies. There are millions of movies, if not hundreds. I don't know the exact numbers. So you have lot to practice. So don't worry about it. Now, when it comes to other sections, let's start with reading. So reading, the biggest problem I see people struggle is to differentiate between true, false, and not given. So there are certain things you need to keep in your mind when you practice reading, that you need to differentiate well. If a question is asked, try to find out if that the answer is given, no, or it's true. So you need to practice well in this. What else you can do in reading is that what I used to do. you start reading good newspapers, good English newspapers, and when you read, that's gonna improve your reading skills, and also if you are able to follow the articles, that is also gonna help you in your grammar. Another thing you need to make sure in reading, that in reading you have to write your answers on an answer sheet, not on the question paper. So make sure you follow the instructions properly, because for many questions there are instructions like answer in one word, two words. So you need to make sure you follow exactly the way it is asked. Don't try anything and then do a mistake, and your spelling is very important. So most of these you can easily achieve by just reading the instructions well and practicing a few more exercises. There are many exercises available. You go through it and read newspapers and practice in this way. And if you are weak in grammar, then definitely get some grammar lessons. You can follow any book. Try to speak perfectly. Try to be perfect in English. Like as I said at start, make it your own language. Now next is your writing. So when it comes to your writing, it's very important that you use your grammar perfectly, and sentence construction, cohesion, and your flow of ideas, everything should be perfect. So again, try to read a lot, and what you can do, you can write. For example, if I pick an article from a reputed newspaper, like anything, and then I read a paragraph, then write it, whatever you remember. So in this way, your capacity to remember English and your writing and grammar, and try to understand how this idea is being flown, how the idea is flowing through the multiple paragraphs or multiple lines. Try to follow that. When you use your own writing scripts, make sure you exactly follow it. And it's not difficult to find these materials online, because almost all major newspapers, major English newspapers are online, where you can get good and quality articles. So always follow this and you are going to improve a lot. When it comes to speaking, yes, practicing speaking is the best thing that you can do. As I said in the first section of listening, that you need to listen to a movie and then speak out, so that helps you in speaking. And if you can get some partners, some groups where you can practice, where somebody can find out your mistakes, you can find someone else's mistakes, so that's gonna help you collaboratively. So this is how you can do. If you find my mistakes and if I find your mistakes, and next time we don't repeat the mistakes, so very soon it's going to become our habits. Okay, so once it becomes our habit, we can just follow it and score good marks. So I hope you liked this video. Do not forget to put your comments and put a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.